up, ladies and gentlemen? FPS Mayo, how the frick are you doing? I am tired as balls, but the 1.23 update has me slamming G Fuel at this whack hour of 3 in the morning to get this content out to you guys. The Season 4 mid-season update has arrived, and way earlier than we thought it would, which is so exciting. And with that update, a plethora of news to share with you, ranging from new weapons, new modes, nerfs, buffs, new maps, the whole shebang. Finally, we can dive into some new content for Season 4 for Warzone and multiplayer. But before we dive into it, we are on the road to 10k subs, so if you're not subscribed, please do so. If you like the video at any point, let me know by smacking that like button. Only takes a little bit of time to press that little thumbs up, and it means the world to this YouTube algorithm. Thank you guys so much for getting us where we gotten. Okay, let's freaking go. So, starting with what we can see on the mid-season roadmap. We have the thing that I'm most excited for, the Rytech AMR advertised as a brute 50 cal semi-auto sniper, and this thing shreds as much as I hoped it would. It starts out really slow, but when you get these attachments, it's a viable quick-scoping weapon. If you kit it out for long range, it absolutely destroys in Warzone, and I'm going to be dropping a video later on, probably tomorrow. I'm not going to get to it tonight because I need to go to bed. I'm going to get this out and then do that. Anyways, best class setup coming for this thing. There's so many. This is a very versatile sniper rifle, and there's nothing like we have seen before in the sniping genre, I guess you would say. Next, we have the limited time mode of 200-player quads, which I didn't jump into because that sounds awful to me, but if that's your cup of tea, then all the power to you. It's going to be 50 more people than we're used to seeing. And I can't even talk straight. I imagine it's going to be quite hectic. The new Cheshire Park multiplayer map is a 3-lane beauty. This map is absolutely amazing. I'm stoked that they finally brought in a DLC. Well, I shouldn't say. I'm stoked that they brought in a DLC map like this. I think it's one of their best works of DLC that's not a reskin. As for the Operator Rose, which he thought we were going to see, I'm assuming it will come later along with Gunfight and the Triple-Double event. This will probably show up either on Thursday or for the weekend. Now, Team Defender in multiplayer is not my cup of tea as far as objective game modes go, but it is pretty fun. It's King of the Hill essentially. It's like a mix of capture the flag and team deathmatch domination. One team has the flag, you gain points for it. If you die, you drop the flag, the other team can pick it up and gain points, and that goes to 10,000 points. Now, let's dive into specifics. How big is this update? It was about 25 gigabytes total for me, but like our last update, this file size is actually compressing previously attained data and is not actually taking that space up in which it says, which is excellent because my PlayStation literally sounds like Elon Musk's rockets. So, heading into Warzone, we got a couple new things that is pretty exciting. First off, we got supply run contracts, which you will see on screen here. You activate the supply run contract, and then it will direct you to a buy station, which you have about 2 minutes to get to. And then once you get there, you walk into a circle, and it'll allot you a small amount of money. It's not a very high-paying contract, but once you're in that area, you have access to the same cost that things would normally cost if there was a fire sale. So free self-res, everything is discounted except for a loadout. So this is kind of like Most Wanted in the sense that if one of your players is down, you could go get a free res. And you'll see here, I hop into this circle, it gives us a small amount of money, and then on screen, everything is discounted and relatively cheap. One of the things that you may want to take note of, though, is that it only is good for one purchase, so it's not the same as a fire sale where it's absolutely free reign. You have one discounted item, and then it goes back to regular prices. In addition to this, there are new contraband contracts, which if you're familiar with the previous contraband contracts that were in Warzone, that is essentially it. There is a contraband, you pick it up, you deliver it, and you get a reward of money. And I'm not sure if you get a blueprint like it was previously. I have yet to do it, but this is the gist of it. They also added a spotting scope as a new, essentially field upgrade that you can find from ground loot, and this has the ability to toggle thermal, variable zoom, and mark enemies at a distance without any scope glint, which is excellent if you're trying to plan your next moves. In the Gulag, now this is where things get weird. You can see on screen here, I actually have an HDR on my hands in the Gulag, and this is weird because if you're not good at sniping, I don't think you're going to like the Gulag very much, because it gives you snipers, crossbows, fists, and throwing knives and flashbangs, smokes. That's about it. It's a completely sniper-oriented Gulag. Hard scoping is going to be terrible. You're going to get beat to death with fists. I'm not really a big fan of this,
Sorry.
but it could be
Sorry
worse.
to
I'm okay at
say.
sniping, but I know people who aren't, and they're really going to have a tough time winning in the Gulag with this new Gulag meta, which is unfortunate, but in the same token, it really changes
I don't
things up.
know. Oh, yeah, there's a
As for
king
changes in
over
Warzone, we
there.
kind of expected to see a change
you're the
in
king.
the map, which, to be honest, I haven't seen anything yet, but I will be posting
Yep. I'm
a
close
video
above you.
about the changes in
And
Warzone, because there are a
I
few,
see
but
your
we're not going to
legs.
discuss it, because things like the stadium didn't open up, the ice hasn't melted, nothing too much
Let me get
except
this
for the
helicopter.
contracts that they have
This will bring me
added.
back, right?
In the multiplayer side of things, or more specifically the store, we have the Nikto bundle, which is essentially the Nikto that we know and love, but he's kitted out with red Tracer LMG and a little bit more red aesthetic. He looks really cool. LMG has red Tracer rounds. It's a clean looking LMG. We get a shotgun with this, some cool assassinations, the Sputnik, which is bringing in the Hyena, which has been brought to us by... I forget his name. Anyways, someone leaked that previously that we were going to see the Hyena, and there it is. So we got the Lost Souls. If you don't feel like upgrading your new Rytech AMR or doing the challenges to get it, you can buy it. Just know that you can't actually equip any other attachments on it. Besides this, you can't put your own camos on it. You are limited to that gun if you buy it. Take off A, supporting the Canadians. Hockey, kind of cool. I don't know. I like it. This one sounds like a goal horn. If you score, that he shoots, he scores horn. Pretty cool. That's like an old school goalie mask. It's a neat. I don't think I'd ever use that Fennec, so I think it's more advertising than anything. Now for this is kind of, anyways, we got the Dragon Boat Festival. This is kind of a bundle, and that's all that I had in my store available. Continuing on in multiplayer, we have Shoot the Ship 24/7. So if you're not interested in Cheshire Park, it's not your cup of tea, whatever it may be, you have the option to go on to Shoot the Ship. So if you're grinding Obsidian, Damascus, Platinum, Gold, any of those things, you're going to want to take advantage of this because the close quarters map and fast play style of these will allow you to get these weapon camos done so much faster. And I almost have the Rytech Gold tonight anyways, just from using Shoot the Ship. So if you want to take advantage of it, absolutely do that. If you want to play the new map, Cheshire Park, you have that ability to do so as well. They're going to be 24/7 for, I'm assuming, until the next playlist update, which will be rolling out next Tuesday. So enjoy it while it lasts until they change it again. We have Team Defender, which is now available to be played all the time in its own playlist. And that is about all I can think of as far as adding to the changes in multiplayer. Let's dive into some of the patch notes. Now, I'm not going to cover all of them, and this video is a little bit rushed. I know I'm trying to get it out, so I'm not covering everything, but this is the main points that I'm trying to get to you. Let's dive into the patch notes. Like I said, I'm not going to cover everything. I'm just going to cover the important stuff, and we're going to show that on screen here. So let's start with the weapons here. There has been a fix where the M4 was performing AR mag reload when attempting to reload the underbarrel launcher. I don't think anyone uses underbarrel launchers. I've never even seen it. Anyways, that got fixed. Stopping power is now applied to headshot. Oh, pardon me. Headshots. Only certain weapons can go from a 2-shot to a 1-shot headshot, like the FAL and Odin. This fixes a few cases where headshots could sometimes do less damage than body shots. We don't want that. Good thing they fixed it. So they have made adjustments to the start ammo and max ammo adjustments. The increased max ammo for the M4 458 SOCOM rounds, increased max ammo and start ammo for the CR56 M67 rounds, the SKS 10 round mag, Striker 45 hollow point, Scar default mag, and the Odin default mag. Now this is huge because I think they're trying to boost the meta of these guns up a little bit. So this is a buff in my eyes. The Scar and the Odin now have 25 round mags to start with, which is absolutely awesome because prior to this they only had 20. And I haven't tested, but I'm interested to see if they'll be adjusting the higher round mags. So if you put on extended mags, if it's going to have, say, 50 now, we'll see. Now, they did a huge boost to some of the snipes in this game. The AX50 increased damage range, HDR guaranteed one hit to lower torso. The Kar 98 is an absolute monster now. The ADS speed rips. It is so fast. Decreased hip spread, awesome. Increased damage range, even better. I was still getting a lot of hit markers with it, so I don't know how much they increased it. I'm sure Exclusive Ace will do a video on this. But that being said, the Kar 98 is a lot quicker and slightly more reliable.
Now.
Oddly enough, the Mark II Carbine got a buff as well, faster movement speed and increased damage range. Sounds alright to me. And now we see the Dragunov getting another buff with increased ADS speed, 2-hit kill minimum, which is awesome. You're not going to have any more 3 hits. Gun recoil returns to the center more, which was a big problem with this gun in the past. When you shot, it would kind of stay up, it wouldn't recenter, so I'm glad that they fixed that. Now on to the nerfs. This is probably what everyone's been waiting for, but maybe not what you wanted to hear. So apparently this happened. For the MP5, they decreased the damage range. They decreased the 10 mil damage range, reduced long range damage to the 10 mil ammo, and slight recoil increase to the 10 mil ammo. I haven't really noticed. The MP5 still seems pretty meta. The AK-47 got increased ADS. CR56 AMAX got decreased damage range. So I think that's good because that gun was really cracked on multiplayer and Warzone. Now, for the Grau, everyone's least favorite weapon or favorite weapon depending on which end of it you are in Warzone. Damage range reduction, slight increase to high frequency recoil. So when you're really laying those shots on, the high frequency is what that is referring to. The recoil is going to be increased. Reduced recoil compensation and decreased range on the Tempest 26, that's the longest barrel, and a damage range reduction. Now, I think this is a good thing. However, when I used it in Warzone, I didn't notice too much of a difference, and I was still getting absolutely melted with it and absolutely melting people with it. So, this video might be a little bit sloppy, and I apologize if some things didn't make sense. I'm really just trying to get out the majority of things that I noticed and that were written in the patch notes right away so that you guys could have access to it. I'm going to be doing a more detailed video, or a video on things that I missed, rather, and things that are found out more recently in Warzone and multiplayer as things progress. There's going to be a Rytech AMR best class and versatility setup coming to you guys in the near days. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching this video. I hope you guys have as much fun as I've been having with the 1.23 Season 4 update. I love you guys so much. If you made it this far in the video, let me know down in the comments by dropping the comment, Rytech rocks, because I really think this gun does rock. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Another one by yours truly, FPS Mayo. I love you guys, and I'm going the frick to bed, because it is 5:35 in the morning. What is my life? Peace.